So they're kind of sheltered from capital gains tax, and this helps you attain your overall goal. Okay, so now you'll see in the next section um, that the changes in the allocations have a very positive effect on your ability to achieve all your goals. So all of this really depends on, kind of one factor, and that is actually putting the plan into place and making those investment recommendations. So as we mentioned before, at the end of the plan, we'll go through an action list where we'll kind of put a timeline on when certain things are due, and one of those main things that'll need to get done right away is updating your 401k investments. So please know that we are a resource for you. We're happy to, jump on the phone with your HR provider and help you kind of make those changes, on your end. But we want to make sure that we get that done right away. And sort of, at this point, time is on your side, and this is why we're here for you. And as we mentioned earlier, it's why, it's important to kind of stay goal-driven and to get things done in a timely manner. So we look forward to helping you achieve that goal. Moving on to retirement and education planning. In the investment planning section, we outline all the adjustments needed to meet a certain expected returns so that you can achieve all of your goals. As we mentioned, you want to retire at 62, you want to be able to spend $100,000 a year, you want to fund 100% of Becky's college expenses, and complete the addition on your home after retirement, as well as open Mia's art gallery. You also want to be able to leave a significant inheritance to Becky. In this section, we're going to provide two forecasts that help show you, what the cash flow will look like and how it looks in different market conditions. So we'll look at one scenario where every single year has a consistent kind of linear rate of return, and then we'll look at a stress test that shows you, okay, what's best and worst case scenario and what can I expect. So we'll go through those different kind of instances. If you go to page 18, and page 18 shows the different cash flow projections year by year. So you'll see for the next 20 years and beyond that consistent rate of return. So before retirement, it's 7.75%. After retirement, it's 5.25%, and that's under the earnings section. You'll notice that right in front of that, the Social Security benefits, we don't have you collecting those benefits until full retirement age, which is 67 for both of you. From left to right, we'll look at the starting assets, and then on the right-hand side, that's the ending value. That's kind of what's left over after you've, spent your retirement income, funded different accounts, funded Becky's college, used it to pay for college, purchased the art gallery, done the home improvements, all that. So you'll notice by the end of the plan, there's a good significant amount of money that Becky will inherit. So first and foremost, your annual contributions. You'll notice that those changes were in the cash flow chart. So we do have, your current 401k contributions. Currently, you're both contributing, or currently, Tyler, you're contributing 3% to your 401k with a 3% match. And Mia, you're contributing 10% to your 401k with a 3% match, 50% match to the first 6%. And then you also have an additional $1,150 a month as part of your systematic savings into your joint account. So that $1,150 a month, we're actually suggesting that you reallocate those to contribute to your Roth IRAs and to the 529. So we suggest that you maintain your current contributions to the 401ks and just redirect what you're already saving into your joint account into different buckets. So $5,500 each to Mia's Roth IRA and to Tyler's Roth IRA. Once you turn 50, you'll get a step up and you'll be able to contribute $6,500 a year. And then for Becky's 529 account, we recommend that you contribute $2,650 a year. And that's a new account as well. So by shifting these systematic savings, you're able to achieve some tax diversification and a designated college fund that'll grow tax-free. So with a Roth IRA, those are after-tax dollars. You do not get a tax deduction, for the year that you contribute. However, that account will grow completely tax-free. So at the time of withdrawal, once you're retired, whatever you pull out of a Roth IRA is completely tax-free. There's no tax consequence. And with the 529 account, it kind of works the same way as long as you use the withdrawals for qualified expenses, meaning college tuition, room and board, books, things like that, anything specific to college expenses. So this will be a huge advantage in the future as well. So that's another added benefit. So just to provide a general synopsis of the cash flow illustration, we kind of went over how it reads and, how the rate of return is consistent over time. It's a linear rate of return. Something I didn't mention is that it also accounts for inflation. So it does account for 3% inflation, and the cash flow also accounts for required minimum distributions that will start from your 401ks and any traditional IRAs at age 70 and a half. So that'll play into the taxes as well. So your retirement income will consist of Social Security at 67, not Roth IRAs, required minimum distributions from your traditional IRAs and 401ks at age 70 and a half, and also any sort of annuity income from Mia's annuity. So that's kind of the cash flow throughout retirement. So as I kind of previously stated, in the real world, there will be no consistent rate of return. It'll always be different. In fact, in some years, it'll be negative. So because of that, because returns are not always guaranteed, we did want to run a stress test. So we use a Monte Carlo simulation where we run 1,000 different trials using the allocation and portfolio that we're recommending. And it runs 1,000 different trials of how that portfolio has done over the last 100 or so years. So it's been through the Great Depression, the Great Recession, and we're able to see worst case, best case, and middle of the road scenarios for what we can expect. So just as you can't expect the best case scenario to happen, in your case it would have over $34 million left by the end of your plan. We also think it's fair to rule out the worst case scenario where you'd run out of money in 2055. So we're pretty comfortable telling our clients that they can be in the 50 to 75th percentile, where at the end of your plan you'd have anywhere between 2.4 million and 6.6 million left for Becky at the time of your death. So you do have an 86% probability of success. So what that basically means is that you're on a great trajectory, meaning even in the worst case scenario that most likely won't happen, you're going to be okay. So this is a really good foundation, for us to kind of put some recommendations in place to get you an even better case scenario. So why don't we go ahead and take another quick break before we dive into expense management.